So this is a video that's going to be about how people are throwing in competitive now. This player, Sun God, is playing Genji. They'll play the first half of the game well enough that nobody really notices anything except for maybe someone that might be just specifically watching them if they've died. And then on the following round, they'll play well enough to get close to the end. They will then throw the game hard enough to lose. And this is how it's being done, and nobody's really catching it. I don't think even Blizzard is doing anything about it. I've reported multiple people, and I've never gotten a notification. I don't know if they're doing notifications anymore, but seems like it's not something that's ending. And this is, these aren't high rank games. These are people that are, say they're stuck in, Elo Hell, silver, gold rank, and all they want to do is climb out of that rank. And these people are not allowing it to happen. I think part of the reason is because people aren't reporting them because they don't catch it. A lot of times if it's a hard throw throughout the whole game, the opposing team will notice and they will report. But if the player is playing well enough and maybe gets play of the game, you definitely won't report that player. The team will just think that they're just trying to blame somebody. Especially if they swap characters. Our team was a little suspicious of this Genji, but we have a chance to win, even regardless of what he's doing. And you'll see what happens. So he obviously knows how to play Genji. His movement is okay. He knows when he's gonna die and requests healing. He almost has an ultimate. He does not get play of the game, but it's well enough that the opposing team won't think that he's throwing. So they switched to Mei, used their ult, switched to Mei, which is in their favor because if a player switches at a point like this in the game with an ultimate, I think you automatically think that they've just thrown away an ultimate, which is in a way a throw. But Mei, the Mei pick is not anything anybody really noticed. So this is kind of where it starts. We have almost 3 minutes, a little under 3 minutes to push the cart a meter.
I am unstoppable.
This is all they do.
Team up for special attack.
Tries to wall off their own team. Isn't very good at it, but she gets better at it later. Possibly just a poor wall placement.
At your service.
I switched to Ryan here. It's a pretty important thing to remember. Not engaging, possibly trying to wall off their own team, get them killed.
I'm escorting the payload. Let's keep it moving. This would help.
So my wall, playing Reinhardt here, you would think that possibly, the Mei isn't doing anything wrong. Obviously, she's not engaging, but my shield is really low, and the soldier ults, and I don't want my shield to break, so I tell my team to get behind the cart, because it's about at 100. It's not going to last. Everyone's going to die regardless. That just does break. Pulls off her own team again. Decides to go hide so she doesn't stagger herself, so she can do it all over again. And this is kind of important. You damage the opposing team. They know that the Mei's there. She's doing something. They may not notice that she's not really attacking the team while the other team is attacking. So if you kind of put that damage in, they have an idea that the Mei's actually doing something. Winston engages her. Really moves away quick enough. Unfortunately, Amori is wasting her heals on a thrower. You can see where this is going. Junkrat just ulted. Yeah, so.
30 seconds remaining.
What time we had.
So at this point, I have my ultimate. This is where I realize that the Mei is throwing. We'll switch to my point of view. I have Shatter. I'm telling the team right now that we can still win this game, regardless of how much this Mei is throwing. Shatter, Nano, McCree. This is gonna get very close to high noon.
You're powered up. Get in there.
And I go nuts because of this. Once I realize what is actually happening in this game. I absolutely flip. Watch it from Anna's point of view now.
You're powered up. Get in there.
And now Mei's point of view. She does an attempt to get on cart. Walls off her team again. able to get on cart, could take teleporter and ice block, which doesn't. She walls again. And we lose. So, the reason I'm making this is because I highly recommend that you watch your replays if you think that a teammate is throwing, especially in this way. A lot of times players on your team will say that someone's playing poorly, but the rest of the team will not think so, and then you lose because that teammate played so poorly that you lost in this way. And I think Blizzard needs to try to handle this, because I reported this player, and if I don't get a notification that action was taken, I'll be pretty upset. People are trying to climb ranks, and I think it's understood that there's going to be throwers, but you kind of expect there to be a thrower on the other team. So the problem is, if you have people throwing like this, you're wasting a lot of time playing a long match, and then maybe the next game you don't have a thrower, but you have someone that plays poorly, and you lose that game. But maybe you win the next one. But it's just, a 1 win and then 2 losses. And that's kind of how this last few weeks of Overwatch has been for me, and it's a little disappointing to play a game when these things aren't being addressed. So please report players. Good luck in your games.